Winter heating bills can deliver a big sticker shock, one that continues well into the spring. It cost what to heat your space this month? If that's happened to you, you're not alone. And while there's plenty of information on how homeowners can save on their heating costs through big projects like replacing windows or insulating attics, that's just not an option for renters. We reached out to the pros to see what free, low-cost, reversible, and take-it-with-you changes renters can make in their homes to save on their heating bills and feel more comfortable, too. Here's what they told us. P.S. Homeowners, you can do all of these things, too. The minute you eliminate drafts, your home will get warmer, said Lou Manfredini, the host of House Smart's television and radio. In addition to gaps around the window frames and sashes that never close completely, if you're in an older home or apartment, you could be dealing with single-pane windows that are big heat losers. Your first line of defense is to plug up leaks with clay rope caulking, which is literally a giant piece of spaghetti you sandwich between the sash and window frame, Mr. Manfredini said. Other good, temporary choices: removable caulking and adhesive V-seal weather stripping that you can peel off when you move. If you can feel cold air coming straight through the window pane, use a window film kit to cover it completely. With each of these projects, you're spending $5 up to $25 to seal 4 or 5 windows, but you can increase the efficiency of each of those windows by up to 70%, Mr. Manfredini said. In a colder climate with single-pane windows, you could recoup your costs in energy savings in about 2 months. Doors are another big source of heat loss. You can't help but introduce cold air when you walk in and out, said Danny Lipford, the home improvement expert and host of the TV and radio show Today's Homeowner. But when it's closed, you shouldn't let air in. So check the door for leaks. There's a good chance you can see daylight between the door and the threshold. If you do, there's an easy fix: slip a draft seal onto the bottom of the door, which slides on to fill the space between the door and the threshold. Or go the old-fashioned route and block the air with a cloth draft door stop. A rolled-up towel works in a pinch. Another super easy trick: bolt the door. Locking the door closes it all the way to seal it against the weather stripping, said Brittany Bailey, a licensed contractor and founder of Pretty Handy Girl. If you've tackled the door and windows and still feel a draft, use this test to find the source. Wet your hand with water, then take a walk around the room. Drafts can come from unexpected spots, like near the plumbing under the kitchen sink, around electrical sockets, from non-working fireplaces, and more basically, any place that leads outside. For out-of-the-way spots, Ms. Bailey recommends filling the gaps with expanding spray foam, an easy project that your landlord should be grateful for. Bonus: it'll keep out bugs and other critters. For electrical sockets, Mr. Lipford suggests fitting a pre-cut gasket behind the outlet cover. If you have a drafty decorative fireplace, cut a piece of foam core to fit the back or opening to block the cold air. If your floors feel cold, put down a rug. It sounds simple, but it's more helpful than you may think. Not only will a rug keep your feet from feeling cold, but it actually adds a layer of insulation, Ms. Bailey said. In especially chilly rooms like the bathroom, kitchen, or ground-level spaces, add a rug with a rug pad underneath it, too. Double the insulation. If you have central heating, it only works if there's a free flow of heat into your rooms. If you don't have air returns in each room, keep your doors open so your heating unit can warm your entire space efficiently. If you find one room consistently cooler than others, adjust the vents, redirect more heat to flow into the room. A hack to get a little more heat from your radiator: tape a piece of aluminum foil behind the radiator to reflect heat into the room instead of into the wall. It sounds gaudy, but it works well and you'll never see it, Mr. Lipford said. And resist turning your radiator into a bookshelf. Heat rises, so you're blocking the most natural pathway of warm air. With any kind of heating system, make sure you're not physically blocking the heat from getting into the room. I can't tell you how many times a tenant has complained that the heat's not working, and I find out that there's a sofa on top of the vent, said Mr. Manfredini. Move your furniture away from air vents and radiators so they have room to breathe. Even if your living room furniture isn't blocking vents, consider scooting everything toward the center of the room in wintertime. It's always going to be colder around the perimeter, Mr. Lipford explained. If you have high ceilings and a ceiling fan, switch the fan to run in reverse during the winter. On a low setting, the fan will create a mild updraft that pushes the warm air down from the ceiling back into the room. This costs pennies a week, said Mr. Lipford. While some apartment buildings operate on a single thermostat, single-family rentals and newer apartment buildings tend to let renters control, and pay for, their own heat, said Mr. Lipford. So take my dad's advice: put on a sweater. Learning to live in a chillier space is a surefire way to save on your energy bill. The Department of Energy recommends setting your thermostat at 68 degrees in the winter for maximum energy savings. If you can lower your home's temperature an additional 7 to 10 degrees for 8 hours a day, as in, when you're sleeping or at work, you can save up to an additional 10% on your energy bill. There is a threshold, though. Don't turn the heat down more than 10 degrees if it's only for a few hours, because it'll take too much energy to heat your space back up. If you can, automate it with a smart or programmable thermostat. Something like 60% of homes now have programmable thermostats, but many people still don't use them, Mr. Manfredini said. If you don't, you may be able to install an inexpensive model yourself. Just get permission first or save the old one to reinstall when you move. For nighttime, turn down the heat and outfit your bed with a cozy down comforter or heated mattress. Wirecutter, the New York Times product review site, recommends the Snow Down comforter for a durable, well-priced comforter and the Sunbeam Premium quilted mattress pad for even more warmth. If you have a room that always feels chilly, warm it with a space heater while you're using it. These use about the same amount of energy as a refrigerator, but that's much less energy than warming up the whole house to make one room feel comfortable, said Mr. Manfredini. Wirecutter's pick for the best space heater is the Lasco 754,200 ceramic heater. Just be sure to use the same precautions with a space heater as you would with a lit candle. Never run it while you're sleeping, don't leave the room when it's on, and use caution when kids are around. The same way humidity can affect the real feel outside temperature in summertime, adding humidity to cold air makes it feel warmer inside. Moisture in the air holds onto heat better, keeping it warmer longer, and making it feel warmer on your skin, too. Wirecutter recommends the Honeywell HCM 350 germ-free cool mist humidifier as the most effective, leak-proof, and easy-to-maintain option. Especially in the winter, when the sun is low in the sky, you can get a lot of heat through south-facing windows. During the day, open curtains or blinds, then close them at night to keep that warm air in. Consider thick, lined curtains for extra insulation at night. They don't have to be thermal, just thick enough to block a draft, said Ms. Bailey. Finally, the next time you're looking to move, ask the landlord what the average energy bill is before you sign the lease. In Mr. Lipford's experience, the cost can vary by almost $100 a month even in similarly sized homes, depending on how energy efficient they are.